Hi, and welcome to today's version of the Digital Cook. Tonight I am making a dish called Pollo Ezekiel, or Ezekiels Chicken. It is a Jewish chicken dish and was given to me by my friend Leslie, so I give her the credit for this delicious recipe. And I'll tell you a little bit about what's in it. I'm using 4 chicken thighs tonight. I'm going to be adding ripe pitted black olives, Italian diced tomatoes, or you could use fresh tomatoes if you have them on hand, artichokes, and I'm going to add these spices, rosemary, black pepper, a little bit of salt, farm fresh sage, some basil, garlic, and a shallot. And at the end of the cooking process, I'll be adding some red dry wine. Okay, so I'm going to chop the olives in smaller pieces. I'm using a little over half a cup of olives for this recipe. I used about 3 cloves of garlic, 1 shallot, approximately a tablespoon of sage and of basil, and I'll use a tablespoon of rosemary, and just salt and pepper to taste. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and brown the chicken thighs. I'm using olive oil for browning them. The other thing you can do with this recipe, if you prefer, is a cut-up fryer chicken. I like using chicken thighs, but you could also do a whole fryer chicken if you're serving a bigger group. All right, I've been sizzling the chicken and browning it on one side for about 4 or 5 minutes. Seems like enough, and I'm just gonna turn it so we get the other side brown. And I would give them the other side about 4 to 5 minutes as well. All right, well, I'm ready to add some spices to this. First, I'm gonna add a little black pepper on the chicken, and some salt. This is just regular old sea salt, nothing special. And then I will add all of the other spices and the vegetables. So I'm going to add garlic, I'm going to add the olives, I will add the basil, I will add the sage, next I will add the tomatoes, stir it up a little, and next I'm going to do the rosemary. It's about a tablespoon. I'm using a teaspoon because it doesn't fit in my jar, but I'll do a couple of these. A couple of the teaspoonfuls of rosemary. And I'm adding artichokes to this recipe, artichoke hearts, because that makes it extremely yummy. I'm gonna break those up a little bit. They'll get softer as they cook as well. Okay, the final step before this dish is completed is to turn down the heat, and I'm going to cover it and let it simmer for about 25 minutes. And all those spices will get mixed in with the chicken. Okay, the final step for this dish is to add some really nice dry red wine. I'm going to start with half a cup and give it a quick little taste. See how that feels. I might add just a little bit more. Okay, now you want to turn up the heat and let it simmer for just a few minutes to take off some of the liquid that's in this dish. All right, I've let this simmer for about 3 or 4 minutes and some of the liquid has come off. Now I'm going to serve the chicken. All right, our chicken Ezekiel is ready. It has been simmering for about 25 minutes and then we simmered it another 5 with the wine and it looks delicious.